she is finding it so hard. Her teammates are finding it so difficult to get that really clean feed into her like they were in the past few weeks.
Yeah, look, one thing that's obvious is that she's not being able to dominate right in front of the post. She's having to do a lot of work on that baseline, and that's where Mentor is really forcing her into using that space. And it doesn't give her the same margin for error when she's caught right up against that line.
Final quarter of the 2010 ANZ Championship Grand Final underway. Magic with a massive job ahead. They trail by 10. They really need to start a string of goals, put some pressure back on the Thunderbirds. This is what they want, to get the ball into the hands of Irene, Liz.
They certainly do, but this is how good Jiva Mentor is going today. Van Dyke looked on about 5 or 6 passes ago, but the Magic feeders are a little bit reticent to put it over the top to her. So, you know, the reasons for that's not happening is pretty multifactorial. There's a lot of reasons why, but first one is that Jiva Mentor is having a fabulous game.
Sue Gordian has kept a very close eye on the Magic. Can they get back into it, Sue?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to ask Liz about her multifactorial point there. I'm not sure what she meant by that. But anyhow, listen, there's still plenty of belief in this Magic camp. They were really up at three-quarter time. I guess you have to be. It's their last chance, isn't it? Their coach has just said, contest more ball, contest more ball. Interestingly, she's saying to Casey Williams, get out and have a go at your famous ball in the pocket, because the Thunderbirds are using that pocket ball quite a bit, so we can have a bit of a look at that. The one thing I did want to say, though, is that the Magic have come in with an obvious game plan. It hasn't worked. We've just seen it there again with Jiva's intercept. What I found really disappointing, they have done nothing different at all. Shucks.
I snuck a glimpse at the Thunderbirds coaching staff notes, and written in big capital letters and boldly was 15 minutes to go. There is no time tomorrow. There is no time other than these next 15 minutes. Play like that and play with that in your mindset. And as I sit here now, Jane Williams-Thompson and her assistant are sitting there 3 or so metres away chanting pressure, pressure, pressure.
Thanks, Sue and Ian. And they had scored the first 2 goals, possession to get the first 3. And a massive call going against the Magic. Yeah,
it was a held ball call, and that is because everywhere you look on court where the Magic have got the ball, you've got Thunderbirds players ball side. They're forcing the Magic players wide, and just the access into them is so tough.
Great play.
Yeah, great play from Borrego. Oh no, she's come off court to take that. Borrego and Williams were in a foot race to the ball. Borrego won it, kept it in beautifully, and that's what the Thunderbirds team are doing really well. Whenever someone is off balance, they get plenty of support from their teammates.
Well, this gives them a chance here, the Magic. They've scored the first 2, possession with the opportunity to score the third. Soler, can they work it deep to Irene? You can see Mentor playing in front there. Irene wants it long. They lost a little confidence in that play. That's why.
It should have gone in about 4 passes ago again. Van Dyke's got the setup really well, but the pass isn't going in. Mentor can give herself, regardless of this game, a huge pat on the back. She's done everything right today.
And just rolls in there for Irene. I wondered, Magic coach Noeline Taurua mentioned during the week that the girls are feeling a little bit mentally and physically tired. Not surprising after the last few weeks they had. And I just feel like the Magic don't have that same sharpness we saw last week in attack and providing those options for each other.
We saw the last 7 penalties of the game, though, have gone against the Thunderbirds. Williams deflection, big ball to be won here. And Todd for New Zealand came flying through. Couldn't quite keep an inch up.
And great chase there by Jodie Todd. It's been well reported, and we see her calf heavily strapped. That she has had that calf problem. She hasn't been able to train a lot, but great to see her still in it, fighting for everything.
Whenever they need a big play, Liz, they get it through Borrego, just so steady, and she scored her 30th goal and did it with ease.
Yeah, she certainly did, and when you look at the stats, when Carla Borrego scores over 30 goals, well, Thunderbirds win.
And on the side, she's got 30 already in this match, and see Langman wanting to go for that ball, and this time the penalty goes the way of Van Dyke.
Yeah, she was lucky. She led with the elbow then. Mentor had pretty sort of front position, and there's some Waikato supporters in the distinctive colours of the region. They need to get behind their team, though. Thunderbirds haven't quite put this game away yet. The Magic have made sure they've stayed in it, but they're starting to look good.
Very slick ball there from Beaton to Borrego. Emergency now for the New Zealand side. We really need...
Nat Bomberto, so good. She is a player who will steer this Thunderbirds team home should they be successful. You know, you talk about the money players or the players that will bring you home. Bomberto is a real linchpin of this team. So good in defence, so steady in attack. In a game like this, she had the 3 turnovers. It's high for her, but she's directed a lot of traffic.
The Magic have been able to outscore the Thunderbirds 5-2 in the first 5 minutes of the final quarter. You need to be able to just chip away at this lead so you can get a couple more in a row. Some pressure will come on the Thunderbirds. But
oh, footwork, yeah. Casey Williams was calling that, helping the umpire with that decision. You're right, Luke. There's 7 goals and there's just over 9 or nearly 10 minutes to go. So when you're in this position, you sort of think to yourself, okay, 7 goals, it's 3 turnovers. We score off our centre pass 3 times. And you just need a little bit of luck, and we've got 9 minutes for that to happen. It's plenty of time.
they had possession, but they've had issues all game with their movement through this part of the court. That is a great take from Irene, and she got it off to her partner in Brown, and she drills one. They've got a centre pass, and they've got some momentum. We're back to 6 goals. Quick movement to Irene. Game back on here, back to 5 goals.
And beautiful hold there by Irene. She's been strong on that all day. We see a great take there. Nonia Gerard getting right up there. The crowd suddenly back into this game.
Yes, it's brought the crowd to life here again, and this time the pass goes back, a bit more pressure.
Oh, put your hands up if you've got goosebumps.
And it's interesting pressure. We're watching this pressure here put on by Casey Williams over the shot. That's an obstruction call. She's leading the game on penalties, but she's also leading on intercepts and rebounds. She is in everything and doing everything she possibly can on Borrego.
Big goal there from Erin Bell. Gets it back out to a 6-goal margin.
Great to see Bell just go straight to the post. She let out a massive sigh as that went through, a big breath. So she's feeling the nerves, but she's standing up also.
For the Magic, when you've been trailing by a big margin, you can't afford to make mistakes. Nonia Gerard just decides she'll get rid of her opponent.
Well, Jodie Brown putting her hand up for an Oscar with that little performance, but she draws the penalty. Couldn't quite finish it off.
I said no margin for error when you are trailing, as they have done throughout this match, and that will be a crucial miss.
Yeah, you've got to make, as you said, Luke, the most of every opportunity, and Thunderbirds just so frugal with the ball. You know, they don't cough it up easily, so when you get it, you've got to make it count.
Wing defence
Opportunity.
contact.
Yeah, we're hearing the umpire rewarding Beaton with a contact penalty, but Todd just switched off for a moment there. The ball was there to be intercepted. She was looking the wrong way.
And Casey Williams did much the same thing, really focusing on Erin Bell, but should have been watching Borrego. The ball is always going to go over the top of the front defender's head in that situation. Good little settler here from the
Wing
Thunderbirds.
defence contact.
Opportunity for them to consolidate.
Penalty count in the match. So Thunderbirds with a considerable margin in that particular stat list.
Yeah, well, look, we knew that was going to be the case. The Thunderbirds, as we have commented all the way through the year, play a particularly brutal in-your-face style of defence, but it works for them. So clearly they've just said, OK, we're going to give away penalties, but we're going to wear our opposition down in the process.
Felt like to me every time Magic have challenged the Thunderbirds, they've been able to respond. 3 quick goals in a row, Sherelle, and just gets that margin back out to a more comfortable amount.
Yeah, gets it back to a more comfortable amount and takes the sting out of the Magic fight back a little bit too. Love that play though there by the Magic. Jodie Brown getting some nice depth, getting the ball down onto the circle, and just easier entry into the circle to Irene. It's what they need to do more of.
Umberto, such a solid, consistent performer every time we watch her play. She doesn't seem to be worried by any pressure that comes her way. And again, in the grand final, she's been outstanding, Liz.
And she can afford to be like that because of the amount of fitness that she's got. So she's not blown particularly hard yet. She's run really hard all game. So super fit player like that is exactly what you want in that midcourt with the skills to match. And that's what Nat Bomberto has got. Oh, Langman so close. Magic need a big play. They've got to start their comeback right now.
And not surprising, we see Casey Williams in it again, getting another tip, just making life hard for Carla in there.
Bell has to go backwards. Really well-weighted pass. Impossible to defend that. Borrego drills home. Goal number 33.
Now, we're talking a lot about Borrego, but Erin Bell for mine has been outstanding, and that was clever play from her. She went and found Casey Williams and then made a move and kept her interested, and that opened up Borrego.
Nolene Tarua is the coach of the Magic, and Nolene